Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It is your girl, Miss Honey, and I am here for another Queen Sugar review. Only have 3 more episodes in this season. This is season 4, episode 10. Oh, Mamere. Okay. I don't know. It just seemed like the whole point of this episode was to neaten up and button up and just kind of wrap up and bring us to this place where I'm assuming in the next 3 episodes we will crescendo this season out. Now, if you're new to my channel, I would absolutely, positively love to have you as a new subscriber, member of the tribe, one of my honeybees. It is one of the easiest things you will ever do and one of the most entertaining. I don't put a lot of videos out, but the videos that I do put out, I try to make sure they are of quality, darling. Okay, so that is quality over quantity. All right, so hit that notification bell. All right, you want to make sure you stay in the loop. Okay, also hit that thumbs up button. You guys already know what it is. It's like saying, hey, Miss Honey. And I always appreciate when y'all hail me out, but y'all shout me out, you know what I'm saying? And get down below in the comments. Let's talk about this season. I am going to have a couple of 2, 3 come to Jesus moments in this review slash recap slash discussion. So sit back and relax and let's talk about it. First of all, let's talk about the readers. I've got some new readers. Look it. Can you see that? That's my name, Miss Honey. Can you see it? Isn't that cute? Yes, honey, yes. Super duper cute. Your girl don't just be out here, you know, willy-nilly. She be accomplishing things. But let's get into this episode, shall we? Okay, first, we are going to talk about Nova. Aunt Vi is at the diner, and baby, when I tell you that Aunt Vi is sharp, she's giving me old Tina Turner tease. You know what I'm saying? She's giving it to me big time. Listen, Vi got on a green dress. She got on an old 99J. You know what I'm saying? Old loose wave bob. Okay, it looked like it want to be halfway asymmetrical, but she got on this long dress and these high heels, baby, and she looks like her body is so long and so lean, right? She got old black belt cinched up high, baby. Aunt Vi look good. Aunt Vi clickety clackety over to the booth where Nova is sitting, and she says Nova brought along. Now I said to myself, Aunt Vi must not be as mad at Nova as we thought. She must be easing up a little bit, because seemed like to me she would have called her whole name out if she was still mad. Nova, Everdeen, Ophelia, board alone. Why are you squatting over here in my booth looking like a sad little puppy? Nova said, well, I've been going to the house, but you won't talk to me. Won't you at least talk to me? Please, I'd like us to talk this out like family. Okay? Listen. Aunt Vi still is very calm. She not cutting her teeth. And Nova's got both of her shoulders. She got both of her shoulders down. She keeps them down. She stays in this very, you know, humbled, apologetic. Her body language says guilt. Shoulders just, Okay, and she's looking up like a little puppy, like a little baby. I tried to go to the house. She says, I want us to talk. She says, I'm not giving up on us. And she stands up. Please don't give up on me. Aunt Vi say, Nova, She say, I got memories from my past seeping into my bones. She says, and it's seeping into my mind and into my marriage. That don't feel good. And that's all on you. Okay? You got to live with that. Turns around and walks off. Baby, when I tell you sashay, okay, she getting it like Claudine up the boulevard. And Nova runs up behind her and you're right. You're right. And I do. I know I should. I should have told you. And Aunt Vi turns around and looks at her, baby, and she still got them shoulders down. She still got them shoulders down. Now, see, this is a position of submissiveness. Okay? A lot of kids nowadays don't understand it. Now, I get it. I understand. We want our children to be confident and all this, that, and the other. But back in my day, this is the position you took. Hands to the side, baby. Because if you went up and thought you was going to fold them, bam! You might have got you know what I'm saying? Because that's considered to be defiant, rebellious. Oh no. You want everything to go smoothly. You want to make it out of this thing alive. You got to you got to show your soft underbelly. You're right. I know I should have told you. I should have told everyone and got your blessings. So here we see Nova in this place where she feels like I got Charley, check. See, but Charley had put herself in this place where she needed someone. And fortunate enough, she had you as a sister to go and help her. But here we have Vi, and Vi got her issues with what's going on with the family and with Hollywood and dealing with her emotions as it pertains to Jimmy Dale. But Vi don't need you. Not like this. Not like that. She don't need you to get her settled up for bed. She got a man. Shantae's got a man at home. Okay? So you got to go a different route. You got to approach Aunt Vi a little bit different. You got to be real humble, hat in hand, and I should have gotten your blessing. Vi said, okay. And what if I had told you no? Nova was stunned. Aunt Vi looked at her like, girl, try it again, Sam. And walked. Aunt Vi was like, that's what I thought. Because Nova was stunned. She was stunned. Because she already know the answer, since we here being honest and truthful and open about what's really happening. Okay, what I really did wrong and this, that, and the third. You might as well just go and be honest with yourself, sis. She's right. Even if you had told me no, I would have did it anyway. So why are we here with this false humility? Shout out to Ram Rose. Shout out to Ram Rose. Rambling TV reviews. Is that right? No, it's random TV reviews. And then it's Rambling K. K-A-I. I call her Ram Rose. That's the problem with nicknames. You forget people's real name. Okay, so yeah. I mean, really. Later on, when she's yet still hanging out at Vi's Prize Pies, and Donna, Charley comes in. She sits down. She got a gift for Nova. Nova's birthday is in a week. I got a gift for you. It's for your birthday. You didn't have to do that. My birthday's not for a week. You didn't have to do that yet, or you didn't have to do that at all. Like, I just, whatever. And Charley said, well, I wanted to do it before I changed my mind, or something happened where I didn't thank you properly for what you did to help me. Nova don't open it up. She just put it in her bag. She said, well, I don't think it's going to be much of a birthday this year. Again, Nova, we back on you. We back on you now. Even with that Vicet conversation. Now, don't give up on me. She threw that false humility. You're right. You're right. Okay, now here with Charley, she giving us the same thing. I don't think my birthday's. Why would you? I mean, first of all, it's finna get real tough for Nova. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Let's move forward. So, I don't think it's gonna be much of a birthday this year. So Charley say, listen, what do you think about a trip? I got the campaign coming up. It's finna get rough and rugged up through here. I got this whole meal situation. I'm thinking about going away, for a few days. What do you think about going with me? And Nova is so excited, baby. She been iced out for many days now. She has been iced out from the family, and to have Charley, of all people, to invite her after everything she has done to go, this gives her a bit of hope. Now she's finally able to shut that steak out down at Vi's Prize Pies and Donna out and head on off with Charley. Okay. Let's talk about Micah. Micah goes over to Darla's and picks up Blue. He gonna take Blue to the park. He gonna spend some time with Blue. It's real nice. So they head over to the park, and this park they heading over to is one of Blue's favorite. Now let me just say this: when he gets there to pick up Micah, Darla is helping him get himself together. Blue. And I remember watching James Caldwell's video, the episode where Blue goes to the therapist with Darla and Ralph Angel, and the therapist asks Blue about what happened. What did the little boy say to him at the park to make him so sad? And he wasn't able to articulate it, so he had Kenya to articulate it. And y'all know Kenya don't mind telling it. She'll step right up. She ain't never ashamed. So James Caldwell was saying that Blue was a little too old to be acting so babyish. But I was like, gosh, she's a baby, Now, y'all know I don't have any kids. So my perspective on size and age is real off. It's real off, right? So I felt like he was a baby. But I've been watching that pot. Ever since James Caldwell put it on the board, I've been watching it, all right? So now we see with Darla getting Blue together, and Micah come pick him up, and Blue is like, to the moon. I was like, okay, how old is Blue? You know what I'm saying? How old is he? It's throwing me off. We find out a little bit later that Blue is about 7 or 8 years old. Okay, now I think I know a couple of 8-year-olds. I'm pretty sure they might be old. I don't know. I can't say. But I'm watching Blue. He takes Blue down to the park. He taking pictures of Blue and all of that. I always think it's weird when I see people in the park taking pictures of children. Now, these people could be family members. Could be. It's nothing wrong with taking pictures of your kids. What do you call it? When you memorialize or memories or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You create memories. Take snapshots, It's just weird. It's just weird when I see people and the kids, they taking photos, and it's not casual, Blue was like jumping and I was just like, I don't know. I don't like the way they get to talking a little bit, and Michael does a good job, talking to him about Deisha. I saw you with your best friend's mom, and looks like your dad like you. Do you like her? And Blue said, Papa likes her. That ain't what he asked you, Blue. Y'all know these kids love to tell everything. Okay, so says, well, how do you feel about it? And he gets quiet. Blue gets quiet. He meets Blue in that place. He kind of gets down on Blue's level, and he tells Blue that it'll be fine. At first, it's gonna bother you because you feel like y'all not gonna be a family. You're not gonna see each other as much. He says, but it won't be that way. I found out that it wasn't that way, and I'm okay now. And Blue's like, you okay forever and ever? He was like, well, yeah, it might get tough every now and then, but look at it this way. You get 2 Christmas presents, 2 rooms to decorate, you know what I'm saying? It could be nice if this what you wanted, you know what I'm saying? If this is what it is, this is what you can make of it. That just look at it this way. It gives him a brighter side to look at, right? And Blue's like, that's pretty cool, yeah. So I was like, oh, okay. I see it now. I see that Blue floats in and out of this kind of childishness. And I don't know if it's the writing or if it's how this actor portrays the character of Blue. But I can kind of see where in some spots he is acting a little bit more mature. And in some spots he seems almost babyish, Yeah, oh, yeah. And Micah tells him, if it's okay to be sad. That's fine. If you get sad, no problem. He said, but if you want to talk about this sadness, you can always call me. You promise you call me? And Blue is like, yeah, I promise. Okay, so they go get lemonade. They walking around with the lemonade. Blue got to go to the bathroom. Well, it's a line in the men's restroom. Now, this is all a setup because everybody know every line that has ever had anything to do with the bathroom always involved women. Men don't stand outside the bathroom line door like that because they can really pee anywhere. They really can pee anywhere. They can dart behind something and pee. They can be standing on their cell phone looking like they talking and peeing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the benefit of having a snout instead of a pouch. You know what I'm saying? So, it's all a setup. Blue gets in the back of the line. Now, Micah did ask him if he wanted him to go with him to the bathroom. You want me to go with you? And Blue said, no, I can go by myself. I was like, okay, all right, you can go by yourself. Now, everybody know you don't let a baby go to the bathroom by themselves. Now, I don't mean he a baby as in he an actual baby. I mean that's your baby. You don't take your eyes off your child. Okay, you don't turn your back on the child. You can't trust them. You can't trust them. They have poor judgment. Children have poor judgment. That's why you got to keep your eyes on them at all times, especially in a public space. So you gonna send this little 8-year-old up into a line with all these grown behind men? What are you thinking, Micah? What are you thinking, huh? Okay. Well, at some point, Blue gets in his mind. Well, matter of fact, at the same exact time that Micah get a call from Kiki. Well, it's a text. And Blue in line, Micah turns around, looks at the text from Kiki and sees that Aunt is coming home soon. Okay, and he's super excited about that. When he looks back around, Blue is gone. Well, Blue has got in his mind that he is such a tyke, he is such a tizzy, he gonna run in the girls' restroom. Because, see, he's still at an age where a little boy can go into a women's restroom and not be considered offensive. Except Blue's a little black boy, so he need to be careful with that. Because you take your melanated skin in that bathroom and you get the wrong Caucasoid female in there, and you got a problem on your hand. You got a real serious problem on your hand. Emmett Till. I'm not going to do that, okay? But I'm thinking about it. Okay? Anyway, Blue run off to the women's restroom. So when Micah turns around and he don't see him, he runs up to the head of the line. He goes to the door of the bathroom, looks in. He don't call Micah's name out at all. It's a setup. I don't understand his writing. It seems so last minute and so contrived. Like, what the heck? He don't call Micah's name at all. He asked the men in the line, y'all seen a little boy with a blue shirt on and it's got a baby shark on the front? I was like, a baby shark? What is he talking about? He runs up to the camera and looks and runs off. At this time, Blue come out the women's restroom. He don't see Micah. He go looking for Micah. Now, number 1 rule of being lost is to stay put. If you sit still, who you looking for will find you. When you're moving, it is very difficult for a person to find you when you're moving. Okay, if you sit still, you will be found. The person will eventually circle back, turn back, come back some type of way. Number one rule of being lost: sit tight. Sit tight. All right. Now, if you're in the wilderness by yourself, you might want to see if you can find you some help. But in parks and things like that, you know what I'm saying, sit tight, right? And who is teaching? Who's rearing Blue? He should know to never leave without saying something. You don't jet off. You don't do that. Okay? You don't do that. All right. So either they raising him to baby him, they're not rearing him in this particular way. I mean, they got their own issues. They got their own concerns. Ralph Angel running the farm and Darla's trying to be recovered and all of that. But I just don't understand. Vi Hollywood, ain't nobody told this little boy you don't ever run off without saying something. Anyway, Micah looking for him in the east, and he go off to the west. Well, he walking around the park in broad daylight. There was so many people in the park. I was like, is this an amusement park? He walking around. Oh, it's a police officer there. Yeah, you know, they put him at the exits and things like that. Because he says, hey, little fella, what's going on with you? I lost my cousin. He was here, but now I can't find him. And so the guy's like, happens to the best of them. Why don't you wait here with me? He'll find you. Now, for a split second, I was like, oh, no. Where you finna take this baby? Where you finna take this baby? Now, I'm feeling suspect. I'm feeling panicked. Like, this is a stranger. I do not care about him being a police officer. It's something in me. The alarm sounds when I realize he finna take Micah somewhere. Like, not Micah, Blue somewhere. But it turns out where he is posted is considered a station. And so he puts Blue in the back of the car. The window is down. And so Blue is able to kind of hang out the window and look around and wait for Micah to find him. He said, don't worry, buddy. He'll find you. Okay. Micah walks up and he sees Blue. Hey, Blue. And he goes to run up. And the officer's like, hey. What's going on? What do you mean what's going on? My cousin is right here. I've been looking for my cousin. He was like, let me see some ID. The police officer said, what do you need ID for? My cousin is right here. Now, let me say this. Okay. I do think that the officer had a certain energy. Now, at the same time, I would be pissed off if you gave my baby to somebody and didn't ask for ID. If somebody walked up and said that's my cousin, and you just gave him to him and you didn't know, I didn't see anything wrong with him asking Micah for ID, because again, he is going to turn over a whole individual, a minor, to this individual, to this person who technically is a minor as well. I don't know if Micah is 18. To me it made sense. I didn't understand why Micah didn't just say, understand. Okay, fine. He's had this run-in with the police. He has this particular mindset of how the police behave and what they have a propensity for. So I can understand him coming in with a certain type of perspective. But looking at the situation for what it is completely understandable that the police officer would want Micah to show his ID. Now, it escalated in this way that it should not have, because Micah was like, what do you mean? I don't need to show you my ID. I'm not going to show you my ID. And then the officer went to put his hand on the gun. Now, that putting his hand on the gun is saying, all right, you're getting out of place. Know your place. I'm the powerful one here. I am the one here of authority. Okay, this right here, this says authority. All right, Micah is immediately like, what the? Meanwhile, Blue just sitting in the car window like, they not even 15 feet. They not 10. They maybe 9 feet. It's not until the police officer look at Blue and ask Blue, is this your cousin? This after he put his hand on the gun. And Blue's like, yeah, that's my cousin Micah. I'm like, what the hell is going on with Blue's character? Like, I don't know if it's because James pointed it out or what, but golly, this scene, like, it just, the way it was put together, I don't know. I mean, y'all tell me what y'all think. Put it down below. So later on, we see where Micah takes Blue home, and this is after everything has happened, and Ralph Angel is there with the Old Boys Club, and that is him, Hollywood, and Prosper, and they talking about the loves of their lives. They're talking about how Lady Genevieve and Prosper been spending time together, and Prosper talks about how it really feel good to have some company, baby, and to have a beautiful woman. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well put together, beautiful woman. Yeah. But you, Ralph Angel, you been around there loving on that pretty lady lawyer. Well, yeah, you know how it is. Yeah, you know Ralph ain't fine anyway, so he ain't got no problem keeping company, right? Talk about Vi and Hollywood, and Hollywood is like, yeah, toot beep beep, baby, toot beep beep. You know what I'm saying? I will drink Vi's dirty bath water out of a shoe she been wearing all day long. No problem, okay? That right there, that's bae. All right. When Micah comes in and Blue is like, Daddy, yeah, you had a good time today? Yeah, how was the park? He was like, oh, the police officer and Micah. And Micah, what police officer? I sat in the back of a police car. Okay, Micah. All right. So just depending on the scene, you might be 5, you might be 6, or you might be actually 8. All right. So Micah tries to explain that he took his eyes off him for 1 minute, and this police officer in the car, and Prosper and Hollywood both are just like, man, it ain't right. You just get sick of this, because Ralph Angel goes quiet. We already know his experience with the police for himself, well as Benny, and on his property, you know what I'm saying, disabling his cameras. Now his son's been in the back of the police car. I was like, why did they tell the story that way? And I say that because Ralph Angel could have went off on a tangent. He could have went down to that park. He could have went looking for that police officer. It's a whole lot of stuff that could have kicked off from them not telling the story thoroughly. Now, Micah, it's up to Micah to tell the story right. But all he can do is tell it from his perspective. I understand that, but y'all still tell me what you think about this whole Micah Blue police officer scene. Put it down below. I'm very interested in hearing that from you guys. All right, so Micah. Now let's talk about, we're not going to talk about Darla yet. Let's talk about Charley. Okay. So, Charley goes down and meets with Nova, invites Nova on the trip. On the way down to the trip, they evidently it's a little driving they got to do. So they head on down the country road. They going to a out of the way retreat. No cell phones, no iPads. It's just gonna be roughing it. They don't even have a bathroom inside where they sleeping. They got to walk up the path to the outhouse. Right there, you lost me. And if you didn't tell me before you drove me all that way, then it's on you. It's on you. But I'm not going to be able to stay here in my bathroom ain't enclosed in where I can clean the toilet seat. And ain't nobody else going to sit on it but me for the whole duration that I'm there. And maybe my guest, the person I'm staying with, my sister. No. Your girl's not going to be able to go up to no path, to no outhouse. That's not how my body is set up. My body is not set up like that. Peeing over no. So on the ride there, they talk about the meal, and how the insurance company won't pay for it because they can't prove that it was arson. Unless they can prove that the Bordelons and the Landrys had something to do with it, then she's stuck like Chuck with the cost for the meal. Okay, and she's got to figure out this whole Boudreaux Landry old world energy situation, and you know, get on top of this thing. All right, she feeling better. She thanked Nova for bringing her, taking care of her, and you know, getting her upright and everything. But this is what she has to focus on now. And Nova say, old world energy, they sound like they evil. She said, well, you know, sis, I'm a journalist. I that's what I used to do, is investigation. I could help you. I could help break the story. And Charley don't say nothing. She gets silent. She just silent for a minute. Now, even at the diner, when she took her the gift, and thanked her for writing the counter article and that type of thing. So that paper that Romero had, that was an article that he had read in the paper. And so Nova's article countered that article. She thanked her for that, but there is this awkwardness. There is this, still this elephant in the room with Charley and Nova. They working on it, but it's awkward. And Nova does submit to the fact that she has hurt Charley. She does submit to her. So she is aware that even though she's made this offer and Charley didn't say anything, she needs to hold back and let Charley decide if she really wants her help, if she really wants to accept it. Okay, so they've decided to go on this retreat. They're gonna have these conversations and these moments. They are, you know, put their bags down. They're walking through the beautiful woodlands and talking, and you know, just talking about the things that they need to work on individually, getting their mind right and all of that. And Charley says, okay, Remy. And Nova says, well, believe it or not, I really did have feelings for Remy. I mean, you guys hadn't slept together and you weren't together anymore, and I mean, I wanted to explore my feelings, explore the feelings I was feeling with him. First of all, Nova, okay, if you say explore your feelings, now she tells Charley, I should have talked to you. You know, what Aunt Vi said something to me earlier today, and it made me think. I'm like, first of all, Nova, you've been all over St. Joe's Parish exploring your feelings. Y'all remember the barber? The barber was like, I like you, Nova. I want to take you out. I want to see if we can go steady. And Nova was like, pump your brakes, sir. Pump your brakes. I just need you to come in and clean the ductwork out. That's all I needed you for. Okay, Chantal. Okay, I really wanted to explore. I really felt like it could have been something. How do you feel like it could have been something, and you wanted to explore your feelings that you had for Remy, and you admitted in your book, according to Calvin, that Calvin was the love of your life? Why were you even toying with Remy like that? Remy was just fodder, and you did it to get at Charley, in my opinion. That's why you did it. I wanted to just explore those feelings. No, you wanted to get laid. You wanted to see what Remy was hitting for. You wanted to see what Remy was hitting for. You wasn't in love. Okay? You didn't talk to Charley, because this is something you wanted to do. You wanted to see what Remy was hitting for. Okay? The fact that you could scoop Remy right up from underneath Charley and accomplish sleeping with him and being with him was why you did it. That's why you did it. I should have talked to you. Something that Aunt Vi said. I didn't come to you all and talk to you all about the book because I didn't want to accept your no. I didn't want to hear your no. I didn't want to let your no stop me from writing the book. So Charley says, so you feel like it's better to say you're sorry than to ask for permission. Nova was like, well, yes, I guess that's true, and that's something I will have to work on. In this moment, I feel like, Nova, I'm feeling a little cockiness coming out again. I sense cockiness in you in this moment. It's a little, yeah, she's admitting. She is. She's still showing her soft underbelly, but at the same time, it's like a but. I was wrong, but. Well, I dated a guy like this. I dated a guy like this who had no problem saying, I was wrong, I am sorry. Okay? The issue is that he was always sorry. Always sorry. It wasn't that he was wrong and he was sorry and he wouldn't do it again. It was that you want a sorry, here's a sorry. The sorry had no value. It had no meaning. It had no depth. This is what Nova reminds me of. You seem like, you got me. It's a flaw. Yeah, but you running around usurping your own feelings over everyone else. Okay? You have a higher value on your feelings and what you want and how you want things to be done over your own family members. You was trying to see what Remy was hitting for. And to boot, it was going to hurt Charley. It was going to take Charley down a peg or two. See, that's what you've been doing all this time, Nova. You've been trying to take Charley down a peg or two. Now, so they down here in the hut, in the woodlands, in the forest, and they sitting on their bunks and they talking, in Indian style and just like old school. You know what I'm saying? After your mama and them sent you and your sister to bed and y'all sit up and talk. And they talk about how Nova was in her first year of Tulane, and first or second year of Tulane, and Charley, she went to visit Charley, who was in her last year of high school. And Charley took her to a party, and she was so embarrassed. The girls were talking about her. That's what it was. The girls asked Charley who Nova was, and Charley said, oh, that's just my stepsister. She might have said something else nasty. I don't know if that last little quip was Nova's perception or if it was something that Charley actually said. All right. And so Charley tells her perspective. She says, I remember that weekend now. I remember you put me down so bad. Nova says, well, you took me to places you knew I couldn't afford. Charley said, I was trying to treat you. Nova had already said that Charley's house was bigger than all of St. Joe's Parish. And it's the way you treated me. You took me to places you knew I couldn't afford it. You were shoving it in my face. I was trying to treat you. And Charley concedes, I had my perception of that weekend. You clearly had your perception of that weekend. They both, operating in those perceptions, felt slighted. I don't understand is, how is a child in college, a young woman, in college, jealous of a high schooler? Why were you jealous, Nova? Was it because Charley had money? Were you jealous because Charley is light-skinned and considered beautiful? Did you consider Charley to be the jewel of your father's eye when you was the one going fishing with him and watching him bury paths in the fields, and you were the one he was scrapping and fighting over? Why were you so jealous of Charley? And your jealousy showed up in the way you acted with the Remy situation. So that's Nova and Charley. Let's talk about Darla. All right. Okay. Darla getting blue, ready to go out with Micah to the park. And she sits down. She's fine. Now, last time we saw Darla, she was facing her demons. She had a bottle there, and she was looking at it and smelling it, and upset and crying. And she must have came to this place where she decided she wasn't gonna drink. I'm gonna forge my way through this, and I say kudos, Darla. Kudos. Gets Blue on off the door and out, and she sits down and is taking care of some paperwork and whatnot, and her mama called. That mama. Here's another scene that kind of seemed forced to me, but we gonna go with it. Hello, darling. Guess who I ran into? Darla's like, who, mama? Jordan. Jordan was my, of all your friends, was my favorite. And instantly, Darla is different. She is uncomfortable. I'm super busy, Mom. I really cannot. Oh, well, what's wrong? I'm fine. Okay. She is slightly panicked. She doesn't want to do this. She doesn't want to go. But in an effort to be fine, someone says something is wrong with you. Nope, I must be fine. I must act fine. No, you must tell them this is a trigger for me. I am uncomfortable. I used to drink with her. I used to get high with her. We used to really, really party and trick out. And I don't want to see her right now. But instead, Darla says, what time? So she goes to meet the woman, I think in New Orleans. And she goes to meet the woman. She gets there, and the woman is drinking. They start to open the scene up with Darla sitting there with her arms folded, looking like regular, ordinary, everyday A&P, Piggly Wiggly Darla. And this woman is, she got beautiful, long Brazilian body wave hair on. She's fine. She's young and vivacious and just, but drinking. Baby, when I say drinking like a catfish, she is drinking. All right? She ordering her third drink, look like. And Darla's just sitting there. Now, Jordan can't read body language, obviously. She's self-absorbed. She's sick of DC, and she's thinking about moving to New Orleans. How do you like it here? And Nova's like, it's not Nova. Darla's like, it's fine, but at the same time, when Jordan says she was moving, Darla looked panicked. And no, you can't move here. You can't. You ain't finna move all this duck skit here. No. You're not moving it here, okay? And she orders another drink. Won't you have one? I'm good, thank you. You're not drinking. Oh, that's right. Your mom said you had dried out. No, she's sober now. She's living a sober lifestyle. Darla didn't say a word. She didn't say a word. She is not at a place where she can communicate what she needs, because she is still an individual who feels like she doesn't deserve to communicate what she needs, to say what she needs. Darla is living in this perpetual state where she feels like she owed people because she was getting high, because she was stealing, because she was hoeing and tricking. Because I live so scuzzy, now I got to try to be fine. I got to be good and wholesome and quiet. I've got to just suck it up. Until the girl gets to talking about that day in DC where they got high. What did we take? I don't remember what it was that we took, but we took something. Ooh, we was high. And what was that guy you was with? Ralph Angel. Oh yeah, you and him were on a break, and you decided to give pervert number 1 a try. Y'all went upstairs, and next thing I know, you had enough of him. She said, oh, y'all practically got inappropriate in front of everyone. Gave us a little freak show. And Darla was like, I don't remember. I must have been out of that. Oh, yeah. You must have got tired of pervert number 1. Next thing I know, You was taking pervert number 2 into the bathroom. And y'all was working it out. And it's coming back. Pervert number 2. And there's this panic that rolls up through Darla's body. And she's got to go. I lost track of time. I got to go. It's this moment when you have no idea about a thing, a situation, a happening. And when that thing rolls back into your mind, the pieces of what really happened, little snippets of what really, oh my Lord. Oh my gosh. I lost track of time. I gotta go pick up my son. I gotta go. Leave the woman in the bar. And she go on and walk on down the street. Now, she's standing outside. She trying to get her mind right. She just don't. And that panic attack is rolling up on her. And people walking past her left and right. Just. She turns around, looks up. It says, bar. She goes in, sits down, taps the bar. And evidently that mean pour me a shot. Because that's all she did was tap the bar and the dude poured her a shot. She took that shot. Boom. And when she took it, she breathed out. Okay. Hit that finger. Boom. He comes over, hit another shot. Took it. Boom. And then she sinks into it a little bit more. Come on, one more time. Give me this shot. One more time. Shot. And with every shot, it get easier. You can see she's breathing easier. That anxiety is rolling back off of her. No, the anxiety is still there. The high is just covering it. The buzz is louder than the anxiety in this moment. Aunt Vi back there at Aunt Vi's prize pies, Ignacio's son down there working. And she trying to get her Fitbit together, but she can't get it together. Well, he help her get her steps up on the screen so she can see. Now, she's still trying to hold him at bay. She's still trying not to let him into her heart. But he working on it day by day. And I don't care if she say shut up and sit down. She said something to him, and that makes him happy. So Aunt Vi's finna go for a run. She heads out to the park to go for a run. She run into Darla. And Darla is in the park just... She all raggedy and sweater hanging all off her shoulders, and she's just, Aunt Vi run past her a little bit and say, Darla? Is that you? Yeah, I'm looking for Blue. Blue? Yes, Micah took him to the park, but I can't find him. Well, they probably went over here to this park. Maybe you in the wrong part looking. Maybe. She said, Darla, are you okay? And she realized Darla is everything but okay. Now, at this point, Darla is acting high, but she only drank. I'm confused. Why do we have her walking through the park in the middle of the day? It's daylight. And she acted like she tweaking. She's if anything, she's drunk. She should be stumbling. It was the weirdest rollout of Darla having fallen back into this place. It was I don't know. Anyway, Aunt Vi take Darla home. And just kind of get the roll the buzz off of a little bit. She probably gave her a tall glass of ice water. A hot cup of coffee or something, you know. And Darla starts talking about the memories she do have of that night. The night Blue was conceived. And Aunt Vi listens. Now, y'all remember, Aunt Vi wasn't talking to Darla either, really. She was being short with Darla. She feels some type of way about the fact that Darla hid the fact that Blue wasn't biologically Ralph Angel's. So, Aunt Vi got quite a few arts out there with people. Well, Darla starts to reveal her memories of this whole situation, of how it came about. It's just bits and snippets and pieces, but it's enough for Aunt Vi to realize that Darla was both high and drunk. And any man that would sleep with her in this condition is a rapist. If you are not in a position to give full-on sober consent, then no consent can be given. These men took advantage of a woman who was clearly not sober at all. And Aunt Vi, she says, it's my fault. This Darla, it's my fault. I shouldn't have been there. I shouldn't have been high. I should have known better. And Vi said, that's not, no, listen. You were high. You weren't in your right mind. Right, wrong, or indifferent, you were not in sober mind to give consent. And she tells her about Jimmy Dale. He was my husband. Every time it happened, I thought I had no right to say anything. And I got to the point where I didn't even fight anymore. I just took it. And how it made her feel, and how it steals something from you. It kills something in you when you have been violated in this way. When your body is not your own, it is just taken. Now, Vi has been harassing her own self. Her own mind has been harassing her character, her sense of morality. Okay? The doubts and the naysayers, the name calling, the judgments have come from within her own mind. Whereas Darla, the thoughts and the judgments and the naysayers and the negativity and you'll never be and you'll never do and junkie, whore, bitch, that's coming from other people. So much so that now this is what she's telling herself. This is what she's led herself to believe in order to feel as though she has no right to speak up. She has no right to fight for herself. She has no right to say, no, I don't want to. But she does. And Vi tells her, well, Vi called Ralph Angel. And when she called Ralph Angel, she tell Ralph Angel to get over the dollars and come by himself. I need you to get over here now. When Ralph Angel, he gets there, he's sitting there. Y'all know that Coffee Cerebral has a way of acting, even when he's not using words, that is palpable. Okay? And so Coffee is sitting there and he's doing a tight jaw thing that he does. I'm scared. Y'all scaring me right now. I don't know why I'm here and I don't know what's going on and I'm afraid. I'm scared. I'm not sure why I'm here. Just listen, Ralph Angel. And Darla tells it. She tells him about the night. She found out a little bit more about the night that Blue was conceived. And he started doing that jaw thing where he looks clearly irritated. He also looks angry as she's telling it. It's almost like he's fidgeting. It's almost like it's so much on him that it is liable to burst out of him and he wants to just run off. It just seems like that what he is hearing, the weight of it, makes him want to get up and leave. Go. I'm uncomfortable. This is nasty. You're nasty. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to know this. There were two of them, Ralph Angel. I don't want to know this. This is his body language. He just got to sit there and listen to this story about a woman that he loved. And this is how the child that he loves more than anything, a child who is not even his own, was conceived by one or maybe two white men that raped Darla. It's a hard pill to swallow. But when he sees Darla has broken, when he sees that what she fears most is that upon hearing this, no one will ever want to love her, to look upon her, to talk to her, to consider her human and valuable. See, this is the part of rape and being violated and molested that people don't really understand. You've taken away my ability to feel of value. You've treated me like trash. I feel like trash. But Ralph Angel gets in front of her and he says, no, no, no. No, no, no. I said, come on, Coffee. Come on, Coffee! He said, no, no, you have no reason to feel sad. You have no reason to feel bad. You haven't done anything wrong. And Vi get up and walk off now, because she had been sitting there next to Darla that whole time, just kind of undergirding her, being quiet strength for her. And he replaces Aunt Vi and sits next to her. We're going to work this out. We're going to work this through. I'm sorry I drank, Ralph Angel. I know you've been going through it too. Well, he put her to bed. Somebody did. Because the next morning, he coming in with coffee and she waking up. He has stayed with her through the night. Now, mind you, he didn't have to deal with Blue being in a police car. He don't know all the details of that. But Darla needed him. And Vi got to go home. Vi married. She had to go around to Hollywood. She couldn't stay out all night. So he done stayed there on the sofa while she in the bed resting. And he go in there and tell her, I got to go to work. I know you got to go to work and I got to go to work. She laying there in the bed. And he said, well, you ain't got to leave for a while now. I mean, the way he talking is very nurturing and very caring. And it's just, when I tell you it's baby smooth, melanated Ralph Angel, like only Ralph Angel can do, coffee syrup bowl. You ain't got to leave right now. Why don't you go back and lay down for an hour or so? Okay, and then he brushed her hair out of her face. Brush it away and tender. Real tender now. Thank you. Are you sure? I'll stay with you. I won't let you oversleep. And she runs her hand up his arm. He don't stop it. Meanwhile, Deisha done called him back to back. He rolling her over the voicemail. Ryan there consoling Darla. This is how the episode goes off. Ralph Angel walking out of Darla's bedroom and looking back like, he looked back like this is his safe space. It's taking care of Darla instead of going out there and living his life. Darla got to find a way to cope on her own, Ralph Angel. You can't fix Darla. You can support Darla. You can encourage Darla. But you can't fix Darla. Darla has to work on her own healing. She has to come to a place where if don't nobody love you, you love yourself. That's the only way she gonna be able to be alone with a liquor cabinet. That's the only way she gonna be able to be alone with a pound of marijuana right there in front of her. I'm talking about the good. Same thing with Blue. Only way you're gonna be able to keep Blue safe is if you start rearing him to get out here in this jungle and survive. Half Caucasian or not, he's if he chooses to live as a black man in this world, he's going to have to be prepared, Ralph Angel. What are you doing? You and Darla got to get strong. You got to get right, both of you, independent of each other, so y'all can raise this boy before the world raises him. All right, you guys tell me what you think. Put it down below. That is Queen Sugar. And until next time, honeybees. Mwah, mwah, mwah.